My baby child is so different than the other two because I was so tired. By the time I got around to her, I was beat down. I was tired. And I let her do whatever she wanted to. And I've heard old women say 4, 5, and 6 raise themselves. I bet they do. I bet they do. Because I've let her do whatever she wanted to. I was so on top of my game with those first two. I was like flashcards. You're going to make 100 on that spelling test. And I was up in school, I was room mom, and I was taking yogurt and muffins, and I was all up in everything. That third one came along, and I was like, can she read? Let me tell y'all that my people are down in Middle Tennessee. I told y'all farming people, and I was raised old-timey Methodist. And my people are kind of superstitious, and there was like no gambling. You could play rook. There was no alcohol in our house. Never had alcohol until we were trying to get her married off. And she married this hoop-de-doo man that owned part of a winery, and so we all started drinking. And my little mama had never had alcohol, and she drank a glass of wine and got out of my car, and she goes, I can't feel my arms. But there was no cussing in my family. They didn't want any ugly language, so I brought that into my marriage, and my husband's people say ugly words. So I said to him, we're not going to have any cussing in this house, and I said to these children, I go, nobody's going to say anything ugly. You can't even say stupid. You can't call anybody stupid. You can't say but. If you do, you're going to be in deep doo-doo. And they listened to me. Those first two did exactly like I told them. Well, that baby came along, and it started out with spell cussing. She'd come in a room and say, what the H? And then it went on to, what's up, mofos? Husband's name is Chuck. She go, Chuck, you a-hole. And my husband gets so tickled and just gets so, and he'd go, oh my, you nut. And my oldest two would be like, what? She just said what? I know, we let her do whatever. Oh, all right, y'all. Because we are taping this, I'm trying to get in different material, and I'm trying to do new, and I'm out of my mind because I'm in brain fog. So y'all, bear with me. I'm trying to switch it back and forth. Okay, I got to tell y'all that with me and my husband being just me and him, we probably need to go to a retreat and learn how to communicate again. He traveled. He's always had a big job. He's an executive with a big company and stayed gone, and we wanted him to. I'd be like, your daddy's coming home. Clean up your room. Clean up your room. Everybody, dude. I mean, we had a ball when he was gone, honey. My husband, smart math, anal retentive, type A, hunter and a gatherer, can kick a door in. I like that. Very, very introverted, very quiet, but very, very smart. And
is a request for specific information. The noun what is usually defined.
Is that Alexis? Are we boarding a plane? It sounds like we're boarding a plane. Is something taking off? If it is, we need to all wash our hands. What was I saying? Oh, my husband. Okay. So he has always been like he worked for Burger King when he was 14. They gave him a key. So And he was getting an MBA at UT when I met him, and he's a little bit younger than me, and he'd already been out 4 years, worked, and then went back to get an MBA. I was just finishing up my undergraduate because I'm fun. So it has been a tumultuous, because if y'all saw my purse, y'all be like, her life is out of control. And he is just like that. But anyway, now it's just me and him. And if I could give you young people any advice, I know you hadn't asked me for it, but you need to go on date nights, and you need to nurture that. And I know everybody's driving in a car, and everybody's fighting, and everybody's got something in a crock pot, but you need to do that with your husband, because one day it's just going to be you and him, and you're going to look at him and go, who are you? And what do you want from me? So I try to do fun things, and people say to me all the time, they go, do you let your husband travel with you? And I say, no. The main thing is he's got to keep working. We need health insurance, you know? Everybody's getting their eyebrows waxed. We need to keep this going. We want him to work as long as he can. The other reason is he loves a hotel. You know, men love a hotel. And I gotta work. I gotta put on makeup and get on Spanx. And so I'll take him to a hotel, and he gets a glazed look over his eyes. And I find myself doing this. And it doesn't have to be a nice hotel. It could be a Scottish Inn. And there could be a bloody spot on the carpet where there's been a murder. It wouldn't bother him. But anyway, I don't let him do that. So let me tell y'all, about 2 months after that, I got us tickets in Nashville to go see Hart and Joan Jett. I know, little Joan Jett. It was probably about 100 degrees, and it was outside, and it was hot and sweaty and humid. Little Joan Jett comes out in leather. And let me tell y'all, she's the size of this glass, Joan Jett. But she rocked it, and she has filler, a lot of filler, and it looks good. It looks good. And I've never wanted it until now. And I think, should I get my lips plumped up? Because what happened to my lips? My lips just sucked up into my body. I used to have lips. Anyway, so she came out. She was wonderful. And then Nancy and Sweet Ann and Nancy came out, the sisters, Hart. Ann's the oldest one, you know, the dark-headed one. She came out in a big pair of orthopedic tennis shoes. That's how she looked. You can tell she was hot and it felt good, and she was pissed, and she had on a long sleeve dress, and I get it, I don't want to show my arms either. She had on a long sleeve dress. It was 100 degrees in Nashville at night, humid, sweaty. She had on pantyhose with those big orthopedic, I know, and I thought, what in the world? And then I thought, compression. She's got on compression hose. But she sang like a bird. And then Nancy, sweet Nancy's doing okay. You know, Nancy's a little bit younger. She can still jump. But they were wonderful. Anyway, we try to do stuff like that. And I've told him, I said, we need to build intimacy. And not your kind of intimacy. Because he, you know, everything just means grabbing my breast. And even if he hasn't spoken to me that day. And I said, I need you to speak to me. And I need you to listen to me. And I need to be able to share with you things. And then the nasty stuff can happen if you listen to me. But he goes, what do you want to tell me? And I said, I got to tell you something's going on with my bladder. He said, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And I thought, that's odd, because I've had your children. And I went through a lot, you know. I had 3 babies 2 different ways. And that first baby was an emergency C-section, and I remember being in the operating room and scared and young, and my husband looked at me, he was sitting there watching it, and he said, "Oh my gosh, they've taken your uterus out and set it on your chest." And I was like, he said, "It looks like a Cornish hen."